What a killer intro. And as you guys can see, happy MLB opening day. JD, we've been saying forever that this show was built off MLB, and we have made it for our second season of Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. JD, how you feeling? Happy opening day. Excited to be here for another season with you.
Yes, happy opening day, guys. It's finally here. And just what a slate of games. We got baseball all actually day, and then we have college basketball all night. Today is going to be a good day.
100%. Hefe, loving the background for you today. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, man. I mean, exciting day. Like JD said, opening day baseball. I think 14 teams going to be kicking off the season today, starting from 3 o'clock on. And then when it becomes nighttime, you go right back to the Sweet 16. In my opinion, you got, honestly, 4 really compelling matchups tonight. I do think tonight is the better night in terms of like the whole, all the matchups, all 4 games. But just super excited, man. Super excited for today.
Big day here. Joe's in the chat as well. What's up, Joe? Good to see you. JD, you and Joe are live today at 5 as well, right?
Yep.
So make sure you guys tune in. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of basketball picks and predictions on the 5 o'clock show with Joe. But Joe, we appreciate you tuning in for the noon show that's at 11. So guys, we're here a little early, as you could tell. We wanted to make sure we can get you guys as many picks as possible early in the day, so you guys are locked and loaded and ready for the major slate. JD, I guess it's time we do a little recap for how we did yesterday. Let me find our recap button here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So start us off. How did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was a good day for me. Finished overall actually 3-2. But actually did I had actually 2 like bigger plays, and actually both of those hit. So it was a nice profitable day.
JD, we love when you say it's a nice, profitable day. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the Moneyball Metrics Discord loves when you say it's been a nice, profitable day. For me, same boat for me. The Celtics were my big play. They won by 30. We had them -6, so that was our free play, and that cashed rather easily for us. I also had the Lakers money line. So if you saw how that game ended, very fortunate that the Lakers pulled that out by 1 point. Hefe, over to you. How'd you do yesterday?
I really actually kept the super light yesterday. I only had 1 play. I sent it out very early in the morning. Nuggets. I got them at -4.5. I think I sent that play out at like 8:30 in the morning yesterday. I was up early. And I ended up closing on like closer to like 9.5. And I think they won by 10 or 11. So that was 1 play day. Kind of kept it light yesterday. Didn't really love the slate. And now look what we have. We have a wonderful buffet of sports today.
It's a buffet of sports. That's a good way to put it. So, gentlemen, we're covering more games than we normally do on the show. I'll let a little secret out. We normally cover 4 to 5 games a day. We have even more than that today. So you guys ready to dive in, give the people what they want, and start getting into a little MLB action for the first time this season?
Let's do it.
Hefe, need a little excitement out of you. Let's give me something. We're going into baseball.
I mean,
first
it's
time.
MLB. It's freaking MLB. It's about to start. It's a long season, though, guys. And I think
that's what I'm talking about, JD. That's what I'm talking about. Bring out the props. Get the bat out. We are here, and we are breaking down our first baseball game of the season. First one we're breaking down. Got to do it. New York Yankees taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Yankees are the home team here. Opening day pitcher for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon. On the other side, we have Peralta for the Brewers. Hefe, do the Yankees start 1-0 this season?
I think it's probably looking at the whole slate, looking at all the teams, looking at all the offseason noise. Yankees are probably one of a few teams that I think absolutely need to start the season on the right foot. Based upon what happened to them in the offseason, whether it's losing Juan Soto, whether it's losing Garrett Cole, whether it's the up-in-the-air status of Giancarlo Stanton and his ever-lingering elbow, they have to prove to themselves, the fans, and probably the other teams that they're still the Yankees. I think that starts today. Rodon needs to have a big year. I think I'm obviously saying the obvious here. I'm looking for the lineup. I'm looking for the young kids in the lineup that basically are going to be asked to take that next step. And I also think they're getting a good matchup here against the Brewers. I didn't really think the Brewers did much in the offseason besides lose their best closer to the Yankees. on Devin Williams. So I'm going to take the Yankees here to start season off 1-0 on the money line.
JD, what do you got?
You know, as far as what actually as far as what Hefe said, I mean, those were all great points. And as far as with who they've lost, actually, like this year, so far, as far as not for this game, but as far as for the first couple months of the season here, the Yankees are going to be a team that I'm going to be looking for basically the play that you and I wrote a lot last year. And that's going to be their game's over.
I knew that was coming.
You know, actually, in this first game, I'm actually not. I actually think it's priced well.
Sure.
But actually going forward, for like I said, for these first 60 days, I'm definitely going to be looking to bet their game's over. To be quite honest with you, I really wanted to go against the Yankees here. But I really think that this game is priced very well. I was expecting the Yankees to be a bigger actually favorite here. But they're just not. So for me, I am going to stay off of actually this game as I think it's priced extremely well.
Wow. So JD, on the very first breakdown of the year, I got to drop sometimes the best play is no play, and that is JD's move on this game. But I'm here to tell you boys something. That's not my take on this game. I definitely think the Yankees at home opening day with Rodon on the bump is the move here. The stadium's going to be electric. The team is raring to go, and they're looking to have a big performance. Devin Williams, I think, will get on the field tonight as well to go up against his former team. Oh, well, not tonight. 3 o'clock. It's the first pitch of the season this year. But I agree with you, JD. I thought the Yankees should have been priced as a minus 175-ish, minus 180-ish, somewhere in that range. Right now, you can get them on FanDuel at minus 140. That's exactly what I'm taking. The Yankees should have a decent season this year. They're a much better roster and team than the Milwaukee Brewers coming into this game. And I do think Carlos Rodon has a big performance today and has a much better year when this team needs him now without Garrett Cole to have a big performance. I think he will have a big performance. So give me the Yankees on the money line at minus 140. All right, boys, you ready to move on to the second game, which we're breaking down, which I know somebody on this set is going to be excited to be talking about. My guy, JD, we're breaking down your Braves, who are taking on the San Diego Padres this afternoon. Quickly, let's go over to the pitching report, and we have Chris Sale on the bump for the Braves, while on the other side, we have Michael King pitching for the Padres. JD, this is your team. What do you like about the Braves this year? Did you like their offseason? And what do you like about this specific game?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Braves, hi, Chris. What I'm looking at, as far as actually last season goes, let's start there. They had everything that could go wrong, basically went wrong, and they still had a good. I mean, and in the grand scheme of things, they actually still had a good year.
Yeah.
So this year they're getting a lot of those pieces back. They aren't fully back yet, but they will be here very soon. I am expecting this actually team to have a very good year. I have them projected around to be actually around that 95 win mark. It's definitely going to be a good season for them. But to go into this game here, if y'all watched this show last year, Michael King and the Padres, that was my guy there. I actually backed him a bunch. To me, though, in this game, you're getting Chris Sale at a very, very good price here. I had this that's actually priced at the Braves at actually minus 152. I actually locked this in and gave out to clients at minus 122. Looks like it's around minus 130, which is still fine now. I am still liking that. So, give me those Braves.
Yeah, man, I'm in the same boat you are. And let's go. Has the hard hat on. JD is ready. Man. For Braves baseball in 2025. I agree with you, JD. I sent it out this morning as well. I got all my MLB plays out early because I know how much lines are going to move today. And I agree with you. I think this Braves team should be priced more to that minus 150 line with Chris Sale on the bump today. I'm going to be all over them. I took them at minus 122 this morning, same price you got. But I think they're still good up until minus 130. They're steaming that way for a reason. They do have the better lineup today. than the Padres will have, and they have the better pitcher on the bump as well. So give me the Braves on the money line. I took it at minus 122, but now the line is up to minus 130. I still like it at minus 130. Hefe, what you got?
Yeah, man, I kind of agree with everything JD was breaking down about the Braves. They had everything go wrong to all their pretty much top tier players last year and still somehow managed to put together a solid season. I think that for this year, the Braves are going to be something to be had. I mean, if Sale could be anything like he was last year, I know he's a year older. They're going to be great. Strider hopefully will be healthy this year, unlike last year. And I don't think they will have a problem replacing Fried in the starting rotation. Lineup is the lineup. It's basically the same guys. They just need them to stay healthy, especially Cunha, who is the motor that makes that car go. But not today. Because today, for opening day, I am riding with the Padres. I think Michael King might actually have a freaking phenomenal year on the mound. He had a great spring training.
He had a great year last year, too.
He had a great year last year. He's in a prove-it year this year. And I love a player in a prove-it year. It's one of my favorite spots. And all eyes on him today, as there will be on everybody on opening day. I'm rolling with the Padres to steal one. Plus 110 on the money line. Little dog action.
First dog of the day from Hefe. We absolutely love it. JD's getting back and ready. We only saved the hard hat for the Braves breakdown. Final MLB game we're going to be breaking down on opening day, gentlemen, is going to be the New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros. Interesting pitching matchup here. Former Yankees closer Clay Holmes is the opening day starter for the New York Mets this season. They're taking on the Houston Astros with Framber Valdez on the bump for the Stros. Hefe, we're going to start with you. Former Yankee closer Clay Holmes has looked fantastic in spring training, looking like a very quality starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. Do they get the win for Clay Holmes in his first start in, 7 years since the minor leagues? What do you got?
This is such a weird game for so many reasons for me. I feel like the Astros at one point in the offseason were like one literally move away from blowing up the entire team. And they lost Bregman, yeah, but other than that, pretty much stayed true. Got some young players coming up that made the opening day roster. And I still think they're going to be a team that has to be dealt with, especially in my opinion, they're in one of the weaker divisions in the MLB. The Mets. Yeah. When I saw Clay Holmes was named the opening day starter, I definitely scratched my head, but he deserved it. He's looked phenomenal. And David Stearns has kind of proven to us from last year that when he makes these kind of oddball signings that we all kind of raise our eyebrow at, they worked out pretty damn well last year, whether it was Serena, whether it was Manaea, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But Clay Holmes haunts me, and there's absolutely no freaking way I can back him in this opening day spot. I'm going to go with the Astros. I'm going to go with the pitcher that I know has been in this position before, and Framber Valdez. I see the Astros on the money line tonight, minus 130 odds, I believe is what they're at. I do think that Clay Holmes will be a solid starter for the Mets. I just think today it's the Astros day.
I am on the opposite side. I am on the Mets here at plus 108. I do think the Mets are able to get it going. If they can keep this game within 1 or 2 runs by the end of the 5th or 6th inning, when this becomes a bullpen game, I do see the Mets pulling away here late. So I'm hoping for the first 5, I definitely see the Astros winning. But for full game, I think the Mets will be able to get it done. I think there's a ton of value on the plus 108. We all know the story about this Mets team. Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso. They have a fantastic lineup. Granted, for the Astros tonight, they are pitching Framber Valdez, who's a fantastic pitcher. However, if they can keep this close, like I said, when we get to the bullpen, the Mets will attack the bullpen. I think that's going to be a strength of this Mets team all year long. They have tons of guys in the lineup who can see pitches and work pitchers out of the game. That has to be their tactic, and to attack the bullpen. I think we see them do that today. I think we see them do that successfully, and I think we see Clay Holmes and the Mets get their first win of the season. JD, what you got?
Yeah, to me, this is a very interesting game. Because really, actually, as far as Houston, I'm just ready to see what they really look like here. As far as their lineup goes, they lost a couple of major pieces there.
Yep.
And I'm just really going to be watching this actual team a lot. Probably the first actually like 2 weeks.
I have no idea what the Astros are going to be this year. I genuinely have no idea how I currently feel about this Astros team. You lose a guy like Kyle Tucker, JD, and I really loved his bat in that lineup. I really thought he was a fantastic key piece in that lineup that kept the order moving and kept the guys moving.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the guy in the middle who's just a contact, get on base kind of guy? I mean, and Altuve in left field. There's just so much with this team. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I am there. As far as Framber goes, as far as in spring training, he had some times where he looked great, and then he had some times where he didn't look that great.
Yeah.
So this game to me really depends on what version of him shows up here. And as far as through spring, we're really not sure who actually is going to show up here. Yep. I really wanted to play the Mets here. I really did.
So play the Mets.
Just the price to me, I just needed a bigger price. If it was in that plus 120 range, I'm in it there. So the price to me is just not quite right. So yeah, for this one, I'm going to stay away, but definitely lean Mets.
Hefe, did you see that the Yankees 2025 opening day lineup has just released? So we're starting to slowly get the official lineups in. We have the San Francisco Giants, we have the New York Yankees, we have the Marlins, we have the Royals, we have the Blue Jays, and we have the Cardinals and the Twins. So those are the only lineups we have so far. So we're trying to give you guys the best information we have, but we're finally starting to get who's officially going to be starting for these teams. So if we see any big information pop up throughout the show, we will let you guys know. For the Yankees lineup that just released, it's exactly what you anticipated. Wells lead off, got Judge in the 2-hole, Bellinger in the 3-hole, Goldschmidt in the 4-hole, then Jazz Chisholm, Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, Ben Rice, and Oswaldo Cabrera. So good to see it's the lineup we expected for them today.
And when you just said that lineup there, I've seen a lot of people saying that the Yankees lineup now, how it's just Judge. But
I don't agree.
But actually, who did you just say after Judge? Who were the two bats after Judge?
Bellinger and Goldschmidt, back-to-back former MVPs.
So how is it just Judge? I don't understand when people are saying that.
Actually,
yes, as far as the Yankees, I'm not this season as a whole, I'm not super high on actually them. But I mean, the lineup is still they are still gonna score runs.
Yep.
And actually, that's why I said to me, especially to start the year, they are actually going to be an over team. Because they're also going to give up runs. So yeah, but to me, the whole Yankees lineup thing, I just haven't understood when people are saying it's just like Judge and then nobody else.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So
I honestly think the Yankees have a better lineup this year than they do last year. The only person who's not there is Juan Soto. Granted, he's a fantastic bat, but I think this team is more well-rounded as a whole. I think Jason Dominguez is going to play a big role. The Yankees actually have a first baseman this year. They actually have a left fielder this year. Last year, the Yankees' first base hole and left field hole were the two worst first baseman hitting and left fielder combo in the entire league. So I do think the Yankees have gotten better as a more well-rounded team, but we'll have to see how it plays out. That's the beauty of baseball, JD. Things look great on paper until they don't on the product. So we will see what happens there, and that's going to do it for our opening day MLB breakdown. But you guys know there's still a lot of sports that we're going over today. We have another major event that tips off tonight for the Sweet 16. So we're going to be breaking down 3 games in college basketball, which we will be starting with BYU taking on Alabama. We all know the stories about these two teams. BYU's having a fantastic run. They had a big win over Wisconsin in the last round, 91-89. Taking on Alabama, who is Mark Sears going to show up this tournament, guys? Is he going to do anything? Because he hasn't so far. Alabama's taking care of St. Mary's. They also beat Romo, Robert Morris. They have their real test tonight. They're versing a real offense in BYU. We have an extremely high total at 175.5. Hefe, we're going to start with you. What do you like in Bama BYU tonight?
This is I think when I look at the board, I think these two teams are the most alike in styles and what they want to do. I've been going back and forth with this a lot because in one sense, I could see Alabama finally having an Alabama type of game, BYU not having a great 3-point shooting game, and Bama just running them out the court. But what I saw from BYU against Wisconsin has me really thinking that they can compete with teams that are better than them. And Alabama is better than BYU.
On paper.
I am going with BYU with the points here, plus 5.5. I will be shocked if BYU walks out of here with a win. I wouldn't be clamoring. I wouldn't be like, holy crap. They have a shot, but I see this game as it's close. They have to do the foul game. Bama's kind of stepping off the gas, not trying to foul. BYU back doors, one of those situations. I feel good with BYU in the points. BYU plus 5.5. It's one of my best bets.
JD, what do you like in this one?
Guys, for this game, it's a very interesting game. And I have to come on here and I have to admit that I messed up. I did not make a play on this game because I thought that these numbers were going to move. I thought that the Alabama money was going to come in, and I thought that this total was actually going to be bet down because it's
going the other way.
So ridiculously high, and both have gone the other way. I was wrong on both of them. So as of actually right now, I do not have a play here. But I want to be on the BYU side. And this like total to me is just, I've been looking at this total and like going through it for days now.
Me too.
And like part of me is like, yes, this total is so high. Like this is for this type of game, this is ridiculously high. But then I look at what these teams do, and it's like it makes so much sense though.
I've been in the same exact mental battle for 2 to 3 days now, JD. I am with you 1,000%.
As actually like as far as rebounding goes, actually like BYU, I really like what they have going there. Especially on the offensive glass, they actually should be able to do very well there. But for this total,
take the over and bite the bullet. Do it.
For this total, like if you have any, okay, here you go. Here's actually why I'm not betting the over, because both of these teams from the free throw line are not that good.
Yes, that's the big conundrum in here. Will they make their free throws? Yep.
Yes, and that's why I can't do it. That is what it ultimately comes like down to. If these two teams were just a little bit above average or just even maybe average free throw shooters, yes, but they're not. I'm going to be on BYU here. I'm not sure how yet, whether that be a first half play, full game play, or either actually maybe a team total over play. And just actually because theirs is the lower one here. I am going to be on BYU in some type of way. I'm just going to spend a little bit more time with this game, though.
I think this game goes over, guys, and I have a couple good reasons. And my main reason in this one is Mark Sears is going to wake the fuck up. He has to wake the fuck up. Let's go over how he's done in his last 5 games. I'm just going to go over his points and his 3-point percentage. 5 games ago, 9 points, 30% or 25% from 3. Next game in the SEC semifinal, 13 points, 12% from 3. Next game against Florida, 9 points, 0% from 3. Next game against Robert Morris, 22 points, but only 20% from 3. And against St. Mary's last round, 0% from 3. This is a guy who really needs to get going for the Alabama team. They've played some subpar teams. They're now going up against some very good teams, and they don't have a chance to win any games if Mark Sears is not shooting the 3-ball, lights out, and hitting at a higher percentage. Tonight's the night he gets it going. He will finally get it going, and I think both these teams are going to score a lot of points. JD, I've been going back and forth on this the entire week as well. This game screams over. Every single thing about these two teams screams over. They are pushing the pace teams. They are nonstop action. They are going all game up and down the court, running with high pace. But the free throw shooting is abysmal, and that is what normally kills overs. However, I do think we get there in this game. I think we see a lot of points on both sides. I can't take a side in this game because Alabama has been so disappointing. I don't know if they're going to be able to cover in this game. I do think BYU is in better form. They're playing better basketball right now, and they should be able to compete all the way to the end of this game. I'm most comfortable, though, about the over. So give me the over. It's an official play from me. But let's move, gentlemen, to the next game, which is my favorite game on the slate. My favorite play you can have on the slate today is coming in the Maryland Terps taking on the Florida Gators. We all saw last round Derek Queen Little shimmy in the lane. Was it a travel? Was it not a travel? I don't know. Did it count? Yes. Did Maryland move on? Yes. Maryland has two strengths, guys. Two strengths on this team against Florida, and that's their two interior big men. They have Julian Reese down low, brother of Angel Reese, as well as Derek Queen, the Big Ten freshman of the year. My question to you, I'm going to start with JD. Can Florida stop the Maryland bigs? Who do they have down low who's going to keep Derek Queen and Julian Reese off the boards? Is it going to be Condon? This team is a smaller team that really relies on their three-point shooting. They're going up against a team that relies on their interior play on both ends of the court. JD, can Florida stop Maryland's bigs?
I think they can slow them down enough and then just straight up just actually like out actually score them here. I don't have a play locked in on this game, but right before the show, I was really digging in deep here. And I am going to be adding an extra play here, and that's going to be Florida -6. It looks like you can still get a 6 at actually some shops here. Maryland, last game, they got outplayed. They got outcoached big time. But they did find a way through. They did find a way through. Well, now they're going up against a totally different beast. Actually CSU and actually Florida are nowhere near as far as talent wise and just everything here. The more I've looked into this game, because when I first was looking at this game, I was like, damn, Maryland definitely has a way to keep this game close.
Yeah.
And actually I could still see it. I can still see that. But the more I look at it, I really think that Florida is just, I don't think Maryland can hang. I just don't, throughout the whole game, I just don't think that they're going to make enough shots.
I understand that.
So that's where I am going to lay the 6 points here.
You guys want to hear a fun stat? In every single game that Maryland has lost this year, they've had quite a few losses. What do you think the most points they've lost by is?
6.
6, that's correct. They have never not covered 6.5 all year. Every single game in the Big Ten, very tough conference, in 35 games this season for Maryland, they have covered a +6.5 line. They are fantastic at covering. They have a fantastic coach, and they have two big men down low that are going to completely dominate the glass. I do see Maryland keeping this game close. Let me get that out there. I don't think Maryland's going to win this game. I think Florida wins a very close game because at the end of the game, which team has the better shooters? Which team is the one who, when you need a basket, I know we just saw Maryland go get a bucket, but when you need to go get a bucket, there's only one guy on the floor tonight who I'd want to have the ball out of everyone on the court, and that's Walter Clayton Jr. for Florida. So when the game comes down to the end, I do think Florida hits the shot, but I'm all over Maryland, the +6.5. We've seen it all year long that this team does not lose by big margins. They have a fantastic coach in Willard, and they keep every single game close. That's going to continue tonight. Give me Maryland +6.5. It's my favorite play of both the MLB and college basketball today. Hefe, what do you like?
Been going back for this game. I definitely think Maryland has a chance to keep it close. I 100% think Florida moves on and wins this game. The story of this game is how close can it be? Can this be what we just saw from Florida against UConn, where they played like crap in the first half? UConn hung, UConn was up, and then all of a sudden, Walton Clayton Jr. realized that this is an elimination game, team on his back. They won that game. I know they only won by 2, but it was because McNeely made a pointless 3, which covered for UConn craziness. But what I'm trying to say is Florida had the game in the bag. It wasn't like a real 2-point win. I kind of see this going the same way. I just worry that there could be a few possessions in the second half where Martin gets going, Clayton gets going, Maryland, their guards, Gillespie and Rice, start having to chuck up threes to keep up with the pace. If those aren't going in, this could get up to 10 real fast. I know that we're talking about 6.5 points, but still, I don't have an official play on this game. I'm staying away. I lean Florida with the points, but I'm staying away. I see both sides.
It's going to be a great game either way. So I hope everyone's tuning in for this game tonight. It should be this round, the Sweet 16 of March Madness should be significantly better than the snooze madness we saw in the first 2 rounds. So let's get excited. We should see some much better basketball starting with tonight's action.
Yeah, this round here is going to be great.
All right, boys, we're going to break down our final game of the day. We have the Arizona Wildcats, the 4th seed, 24-12. They are coming in off an impressive win over Oregon. Can't lie about that. An impressive win over Oregon, 87-83. In the opening round, they unfortunately took out Hefe Zippies, 93-65. Duke on the other side, rolling. We don't need to talk about their performances, but we will. 89-66 over Baylor, not a game. 93-49 over Mount St. Mary's, not a game. Tyrese Proctor is shooting like 300% from three.
X Factor.
Shooting 300 threes a game. He has been unbelievable for this Duke Blue Devils team. But tonight, Caleb Love has a chance to be hung up in the North Carolina rafters for the rest of his career. If Caleb Love and Arizona can defeat Duke, North Carolina will retire his jersey in the rafters. Probably an Arizona jersey.
You're probably right.
JD, Arizona Duke, you're a resident Duke expert. Does Dookie blow him out? Because I'm sick and tired of seeing this Arizona team still in the tournament when I pick them to lose every freaking round.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game, as far as this spread goes, I mean, like, I think it's about right. I can definitely see Duke covering, though. Just as you're just not getting any value. Like, everybody is seeing Duke win. Everybody is seeing Duke cover. I just think that number – is fine where it's like at. I just don't see any value actually laying the points here. As far as early in the season, both of these teams played. And Duke won that game. I think they won about 8 or 9 points. But that actually was a close game, actually most of that game. I do have to say, this is a Arizona team that is a much different team now than they were then. But the same can be said as far as Duke go.
Yeah.
They're playing at a much different level now than actually they were then. The way that Zona is going to want to guard Duke, the best way for Duke to score here is not really going to be driving and trying to get to the hole. It's going to be taking the outside shot. Yep.
They got that.
I was about to say, and I just went and saw them. The threes they are hitting threes.
Yeah,
they are.
Canopal, whatever is good. Monster, an absolute monster. Guys, not enough people are talking about it. They got 3 players on this team that are probably going to be taken in the top 10, and then they got Tyrese Proctor playing his absolute. Yes, I'm blanking on the center's name. He is literally one of those, like, 18 years old, who's only been playing basketball for like 5 years and is a monster. Yeah. Yes, I'm telling you, he's going to be taking top 10. And then you have Tyrese Proctor, who's the elder gentleman on here, a.k.a. a sophomore, and he's playing his best basketball.
Best we've ever seen him play.
Ever. Sorry, I just didn't say that. JD, you still got to give your pick.
But yeah, this actual offense is just fun to like watch. They're just flat out fun to watch. But yeah, like I was saying, with the way that Zona is going to try to guard here, they're going to make Duke shoot threes. Duke is not afraid to shoot threes. And if they're making them at the same clip that they have been,
Andrew,
this game's over. But for me, the way I'm playing it is for Duke to get out to that hot start, them to score points the way they have been. Give me the Duke first half team total over 38.5.
Can I tell you what the stupidest thing in the world is, JD? The stupidest thing in the world. So I wanted the current line of this game. I'm trying to find the current line. Full transparency, I live in the state of New Jersey. This game is being played in the state of New Jersey, so I can't see the line. How stupid is that? In the state of there's 2 games tonight in New Jersey, the Alabama game and this one. I can't even look at the lines. They hide the games from us on all major sports books. It's so annoying.
Reminding me. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, as I am in North Carolina, and I know I would have not remembered that. Wow. Thank you.
So you know what I have to do? I live about 20 minutes from the New York border. I have to, when this show ends, I'm driving to New York State so I can get my freaking bets in on Duke minus 9.5 because Caleb Love's basketball career does end tonight, as well as I have to go in there to take the over in the Alabama game that I told you earlier. So yes, I do think Duke crushes in this game. This stylistic matchup is going to be a nightmare for Arizona, in my opinion. I agree with everything JD said. Duke's going to be hitting the 3-ball tonight. And Arizona has one player, in my opinion, who has to keep them in the game, and that's Caleb Love, and I don't see him doing it. So give me Duke minus 9.5. Everyone in Jersey, I'll see you over the border in New York so we can get these bets in just over an hour. All right, fellas. Hefe, what else do you have to add?
Just realize this. Just realize that Duke, because I'm in North Carolina, and then I can't bet on Duke because I fly home to the state that they play.
I don't think that's a rule in North Carolina.
Yeah, that is not
That's
a rule.
That's
not
only
a rule.
us. Why do you think I'm saying it's only us?
What a state.
We're
Anyway, I didn't
fine.
even get.
That's actually why I was so afraid when betting became legal here. It was almost actually like 2 years ago now. I was like, we have so many teams.
Yeah.
Like if I can't bet on these North Carolina teams, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yep.
But yes, luckily any actually North Carolina school you can still bet here. So
dumbest thing ever. All right, boys. Before we go into best bets and do what else we do on the
Just
show,
want to let you know, I never gave my Duke pick, but I'm taking them to absolutely cover and below Arizona out the water. I think this is going to be the snooze fest game of the day. Tyrese Proctor, as long as he could keep up with Caleb Love, there's no way that the others on Arizona are going to keep up with Cooper Flagg and Konopol and Malik and the team. The biggest worry I had about Duke going into this tournament is Cooper Flagg healthy. He's fine. They're playing great basketball. They're going to get the winner of Alabama, BYU, and I think since we're not going to be on, we will be on tomorrow, so never mind. I'll shut up.
Well, first of all, Hefe, I was going to say before we go into best bets, we need Hefe to tell us why Duke is going to cover in this game, but I didn't get to put that out there. Thank you for that, Hefe. But I agree. I do think
they're going to smack him.
Performance here. One more thing from you boys before we go into best bets. One more thing. Give me one baseball bet that we did not discuss. I don't want a reason. I don't want to know why you bet it. What'd you bet? Give me one baseball bet. Hefe, starting with you.
Like a future or a today bet?
Today. One bet we didn't talk about in the 3 games we broke down. Just any bet on any game. And I don't want a breakdown of it. If you didn't do your MLB yet, that's totally fine. We could skip it.
No. I do. Rangers money line over the Red Sox.
There we go. JD, don't need a reason. JD, one bet we have not talked about in the show.
I was going to say Red Sox, but let me not say that.
Why not? If you felt it, feel it. I don't believe in the Garrett Crochet whole, oh my God, he's going to win the Cy Young. I just don't believe it. I think that the Rangers are set up for a comeback year, and I think Eovaldi's a great pitcher.
They definitely are. I actually did bet. I actually bet that game Tuesday, and I actually got Boston at actually minus 106. So I actually did get a better price than what it's at there now. But yeah, for the play, give me the Angels -1. I really like them today to win and win by margin.
There we go. I'm going to give out two. I'm feeling generous. One of them's a parlay. Phillies, Dodgers, money line, +170. Don't think about it. Bet it. It's going to cash. And last one, no explanation on why. Just please go look at the pictures. Pirates, Marlins, under 6.5. All right, boys.
Hey,
we have a couple things left.
Good for Sandy making it back, man.
Future Yankee. We'll see him in New York in 2 months. All right.
Probably.
We do have an opening day sale for MoneyBall Metrics. Guys, take advantage of the fantastic promo that MoneyBall Metrics has. You can see right there. Use promo code opening day on MoneyBall Metrics with Odd Shopper Tails. Get our all access package 30% off. Yet again, promo code opening day. All right, boys. We got one more thing to do on the show. JD, it feels good. But baseball best bets are back on across the board. Sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. Hefe, how many best bets do you have today? 1, 2, 3, 7?
I got 3. One
got?
baseball, 1, 2 for Sweet 16. Padres money line. I'm riding with Michael King. BYU +5.5. I'm riding with Tater, Tot, Air, Richie Saunders. And I got my last one. We did not talk about this game. Arkansas, Texas Tech. I think the Razorbacks match up perfectly with Tech. I like the coaching matchup towards Arkansas, and I think Arkansas has the better guards. Best player on the court does belong to Texas Tech and JT Toppin, absolutely. But if Jonell could play good, if Wagner could play good, I think Arkansas has a chance to stay in this game, possibly win. Give me the Razorbacks +5.5.
There we go. Best bets for me. Maryland +6.5. My favorite play today. And it wouldn't be an Alpha Dog opening day best bets without a little New York Yankees money line. JD, close us out. What do you got?
We got 2 best bets today, and it also would not be an opening day baseball show without a little Braves on the money line for me. What'd you say? I believe the current line is minus 130.
It was earlier. Let me pull it back up here. Braves are currently minus 127.
Okay, yeah. The other's fine. Definitely still like that there. And then for tonight, let's go back to that Duke game. Give me the Duke. First half, team total over 38.5.
Boom. Take your phones out. Get your screenshots. Tell your girlfriend. Baseball's back, and the Across the Board boys have dropped a banger best bets card. You guys can see there. I'm on Maryland plus 6.5, and the future World Series champions, New York Yankees, money line. Hefe is on the Padres money line. BYU plus 5.5, and Arkansas plus 5.5. The Hef loves the plus 5.5 today. And our guy JD is on his Atlanta Braves money line. And the Dookie Blue Devils first half team total over 38.5. Get your phones out, guys. Get your screenshots. I'm going to leave this up for another couple seconds. Man, it feels good to be back in baseball, boys. JD, where we all began this show. It's good to circle back for year 2. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see the Mets. I'm excited to see the Yankees. I'm excited to see the Braves. A lot of teams have retooled. A lot is going to happen, and I'm very excited for the Sweet 16 tonight, where the Maryland Terps may even get a victory. Hefe, any parting words for the people before we get out of here today?
You know, I always kind of say this. I said it on the first day of the tournament too. You got 14 baseball games today. You don't have to bet 14 Nerfies. So take it easy. Pick your spots. A lot of games, but remember, it is game 1 of 162. So good luck.
Let's get it. JD, you know what to do. I don't even need to prep you for it.
Yeah, I do have to say, baseball is a long season. It is a grind. Definitely do not go crazy to start your day. But yeah, let's have a lot of fun. I'm just souped up. Baseball's back. Last time I played baseball for a team, I was this number right here, number 7.
Wow.
And today, I have 7 baseball plays.
Wow.
So today, we're going to do one thing, and we're going to fucking win.
There we go. We're going to fucking win. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. for another baseball and Sweet 16 card. We appreciate all 1,000 people that are still with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's go Yankees, and let's go Maryland. Peace!